One of the things that really struck me was to hear the toxic stress and how it is closely, well, in my estimation, related to epigenetic trauma, and how you see that the trauma that a child faces or deals with can be passed down genetically, and it'll appear physically or in mental health issues or what have you. When we look at trauma, when we look at this ACEs, it does not discriminate. It doesn't matter your zip code, it doesn't matter how much money you make, it doesn't matter how highly educated you are, we all have experienced some sort of trauma. About 4 years ago, everyone in this room, everyone in this county, everyone in this world experienced a severe trauma. Every one of us was touched by COVID. Whether you had COVID or not, your life was impacted by that. And it does cause some trauma. I want you to understand that. So when we think about trauma, sometimes we think about the most adverse situations, but trauma can come in many shapes and forms. And don't think that it only happens to particular populations. And I want to share with you one of the things that we taught in BSFT was that the child is the symptom bearer, probably the most resilient family member, because they absorb all of the things that are going on in the family. But that symptom bearer generally tells you, hey, there's something wrong with my system. So when you see that kid acting out in school, or when you see that kid having some issues where they may end up in JSD and they're in good hands with LaTwan Best, we need to also consider that environment in which they live. Cultural competency and linguistic competency is very important. So whenever you're serving a community and you feel that you're not getting that response that you would like, consider, are you connecting with them on the cultural level? Are you speaking their love language? You know, that's the language that you relate to. And it's the same thing with the populations that we serve. Because you're speaking and you think that they understand what you're saying, it's not always the case. So always check in, always try to connect with folks with where they are, always understand the cultural customs, the mores, and if you don't know, if you have, hopefully you have someone on staff that can relate, and you can chat with them during your supervision period.